Mabuhay. That's how you say hello here in the Philippines. Today, I want to thank all of you for um, watching this video. And the subject that I want to cover today is one that took place when I was still in Kentucky. And it was dating after divorce. I was in my late 50s, early 60s. Um, Actually, I probably was about 58. But after the divorce, I was alone and I stayed with my mom and dad, which was very embarrassing being that old and living with your mom and dad for a while. But sooner or later, I did find a place and I moved out in this really nice little place. It was just a little brick house, but I was alone. I was used to being with a partner. I'd been with a partner for about 30 some odd years, and the divorce came and it was over. So I found myself in the middle of dating at 60 and trying to find another partner. This can be a very difficult thing for someone that has not really done a lot of dating for many years, because when I got married and my first marriage, it was quick. After 3 or 4 months of dating, we got married. I was 18, she was 21, and we overall had a good marriage. But back to the subject at hand. Being out of the dating pool for that long was very difficult on me. I tried online dating. All I could find was scammers. You find these beautiful women that just tell you that they just love you and they just want to spend the rest of their life with you. But then what happens? They want you to send them a Apple Card, or they want you to send them a Western Union transfer. They want money for something. Well, that got me into a lot of trouble. We'll talk about that again on another video. But this video, I just like to say, I did manage to find a few ladies that I dated back home in Kentucky. And each one, I'll not name any names because it's irrelevant, but every one, I just could not seem to find the right partner. Oh, they were lovely ladies. They were nice. They were accommodating. Um, they had their wonderful points and they had their problems. But nevertheless, these relationships that I tried to build with these women, it just didn't work out. Most of them ended within 2 weeks. I was so frustrated with trying to date. I was like this wolf back here. I was a lone wolf. Uh, and I began to say to myself, maybe I'm just going to have to live the rest of my life alone. And so I just decided I'm going to swear off women. I have no need for a woman. I'll just live in my little house. I'll get me a dog, and me and Fido will just live out our days alone. But then I never got a dog. I just got talked to by my mother. Yeah, 60 years old, and my mother has still got the wisdom. She says, son, you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to make yourself available, and you've got to trust God to bring you into the arms of the one that you're supposed to be with. So I thought about it. I fought with myself for weeks. And I decided, well, maybe Mom was right. So I went to some dating sites and decided that I subscribed, and I got on there and I talked to a few women, but all they were interested in was their dogs and how much money you made and things like that. And I just didn't make any good connections with anyone. Um, and I was just about ready to um, delete all those apps. And I saw these two Filipino women on the site. And I thought, well, at least I can have a friend, someone I can talk to. They're on the other side of the world, so I really don't have to do nothing but talk. And they were close to my age, and so I said hello. And I never really thought anything would come of it, but I got a hello back from one of the ladies, and she was very nice. And I talked to her. And from that point on, it was like God had just stepped in and said, all right, here you go. Let's see what you do with it. So I became really involved with this lady. First, as she also was very curious, very cautious, because we both had found ourselves in a similar situation and we had been scammed in the past. But we came to a place that we realized that not only texting and video, I mean, texting and um, talking on the phone was the thing to do, but video. Video was very good. So we began to talk to each other on video. And this went on for 2.5 years. During the time of COVID, we consoled each other and we talked about every subject under the sun, and we became very close. We became friends first, best friends. And then we came to the conclusion, maybe I should say I came to the conclusion, this was the woman that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And so for those 2.5 years, my life became enriched. My stress, although it was very high at the time, my job took most of my time, but every moment that I could, I spent with this wonderful lady from the Philippines. Boom. Wow. I never even knew where the Philippines was when I first started talking to her. But I began to do my research. And as I researched, I found out that it was an archipelago in the other side of the world, the far, far east, as the Bible says. And I thought, wow, I would really love to meet her, but I don't know if I can pull that off. But I'll have to say, God works in mysterious ways. And if there ever was a time that my faith in God was enriched, that my faith in God was made very strong, it was during the time that I was talking to this wonderful lady, which now, in the present, is my wife. We just celebrated our 3rd wedding anniversary, and we are happy, and we are looking forward to the next 5, 10, 15 years, whatever God gives us. But the point of this video is to let you know that even though you think that there's nobody out there for you, and you think that you just need to give up like I did, God will come through for you. You need to pray. You need to listen to those positive friends that you have. And you also need to realize that you don't always have to look where you think you're supposed to. Sometimes you can look way out there in the future, way out there in the wild blue yonder, and find that perfect mate. I would like to thank everyone that watched this video. I hope it helps you with your dating and understanding how that, sometimes you just have to wait and not look so hard and pray and just be alert, because you never know when you might meet that special someone that just turns you upside down and steals your heart away. Thank you now for listening to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to my channel. I'm just getting started in the YouTuber world, and I got a lot to learn. I know I made probably some mistakes throughout this video, but that's what makes us and gives us character. Thank you, and God bless. Be with you always, and I hope you will come back and enjoy our next videos as we get them uploaded and ready to go. Thank you, and God bless.